Hey yo, what up everybody? It's your boy Bobby.
My name has not changed.
And this is Bobby, and my name has not changed. Our terrible people.
That's right. We need a new intro.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we don't need a new intro. We're not even at 10 episodes yet.
Yeah, like, what do you think is wrong with this intro? Why fuck with it? Don't fix it if it ain't broken, right?
I suppose. It just sucks doing it every time. Same thing.
You want to just like record it once and then just
that would be ideal. Yeah, we should do that.
We should next time.
Maybe
Next time
we'll see.
That.
See how we feel that day.
If there is a next time, because we haven't done this in a while.
No. Well, things changed.
Things did change.
A lot of shakeups. You went to Florida.
I did. I went to Florida.
Blake was gone for a week after that, I think. Maybe not a whole week. And then I began a new job.
Yeah.
That all like happened in a row.
Tell us about your new job. You enjoy it?
Yeah. I like not having a job too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
What'd you like about that?
My apartment was so clean when I was unemployed.
Yeah.
You remember, like, you look around now, it's not that bad.
No.
But there's a drop-off.
Yeah.
It's noticeably different.
That's true.
So, that was cool.
But yeah, man, we talked about this, I think, in the last one, but I came back from Florida and everything was just different.
Yeah, you know what? So this is a new hiatus that we have no excuse for, I guess.
Yeah, this was just...
Yeah, because we totally discussed this in the last show.
Yeah.
You know what did it was that fucking intro. It just put us into a robot tone, and we're just like, Florida. Because it's like I said, man, I get tired of doing that intro.
Well, I mean, we'll mix it up.
We're going to have to do something. Like that New Age Outlaws intro. That was cool.
That was pretty fun.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
And the energy, you just hear the energy in the room when you listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, because they don't fucking listen to us. Nobody listens to us. Nobody supports us.
Yeah. No,
but,
I mean, I don't blame them.
I think we got a pretty fucking cool thing going on. Yeah, like the other day, I heard a fucking guy who has a radio show. He was playing. Okay, it's 95.5, the new old school, and he. I wish I knew his name because I would totally trash his career right now. But I don't know his name.
Well, I mean, you told me the story earlier today, and it sounds to me like he trashed his own career.
Yeah. Well, he gets on the show, and he's playing Another One Bites the Dust on a rap radio station. He's trying to be all different and cool. And then he's trying to act like he understands it on a level that the listener does not understand it on, because he's all trying to emphasize. He's just bringing too much emphasis on it, and he's trying to teach you something with it. And he's like, he's talking in the middle of the song, like in the music breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like turning the volume down just a little bit and talking shit over it. And he's like, just listen to him. Yeah, man, I like these guys, man. Man, Frankie, he was a man, though. He was my boy. He was a man. And he fucking said that, Frankie. And then he goes quiet because the lyrics come back, and then the lyrics go down again. And it's like, and he's like, well, Freddie. I meant Freddie, but yeah, he was a man, though. Just listen to him. Just listen to what he's doing. And it's just...
Like, it's his job to, like, play music and talk about music. Very briefly, but, he still gets paid to do it. You might want to know your music if you're going to get paid to do that.
Yeah, and my point is that this is not our job, and we would never say something that retarded. Ever. We would never play Queen on this show and start talking it up like we're fucking hella Queen fans and then call the motherfucker Frankie. We would never do that.
Yeah.
Like, has there ever been a Frankie in any fucking band?
I can't think of one.
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck is named Frankie?
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
Oh, yeah, he's really good.
He is really good.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot about him.
But they definitely don't sound like Queen.
No.
There's no mistaking Frankie Valli and Freddie Mercury.
But I mean, Frankie's like a guy that you would like buy pills off of in New York, like Central Park. Just like, yeah, go down there, look for Frankie's, and he's always wearing the red hoodie. That's like what they would fucking say. You go down there, hey, you Frankie?
Yeah, I'm Frankie. Yeah, I'm Frankie. What you need?
Like, that's Frankie. Frankie is not a rock star name.
Frankie isn't a rock star name, you're right.
No. Ugh.
Ugh.
We're just way better than that guy.
Yeah, we're so much better than him.
But people listen to him. Nobody listens to us.
Like, do you think if we like tried to get a job on radio, we'd get it?
No, we don't have any credentials. We never went to... You went to school. I didn't go to school. They'd be
Yeah,
like, you're good, but get rid of that scraggly looking fucker.
I didn't finish school, though.
But no. Yeah, we wouldn't get jobs.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
I don't think I have a good voice for radio.
You don't?
Like, this voice that I'm using now is probably not
Who
the best.
fuck is...
Blanchard phone, Drew. It's probably important.
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm currently downloading this game. It's going to take like an hour to download this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
I was going to I'll see how long this takes. Probably wait for it to download and shit. It says it was 16 gigs, but like my download thing is only showing way less than that. So,
Yeah, that's fucked.
but, it's cool. I guess we want to bring this over, though.
Yeah, we'll be here, dude. I'm fucking, we'll probably be here all night.
Ask me if you got the
Probably
booklet.
be up all night. Yeah. So you
For the
haven't,
stickers.
Oh, hey, Bobby wants to know if you got the booklet for the stickers for him.
You know what? I totally fucking forgot.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
You had one job, Chris.
Man.
Sorry, I had like a $200 order as my last customer right before I left, and their food stamp card declined, and they're just being a pain in the ass. So it was like the last thought in my mind as I was leaving that place.
Understandable. We gonna cut him some slack on that, Bob?
Yeah, I'll cut him some slack.
We're gonna cut you some slack on that, dude.
Alright, cool. I appreciate it.
But yeah, man, we'll be here when you get here.
Yeah, dude, have you played this game before?
No, it'll all be a shock to me.
Yeah, it plays more like EA MMA than it does UFC 3. Actually, there's some things about UFC I like a lot better than this game, but it's still kind of a cool game.
Yeah, dude, I'm down to check it out. You got that Bruce Lee unlocked?
What's that?
You got that Bruce Lee unlocked?
No, I don't, because I didn't pre-order the game. I can buy it for $6, but
Six?
I'm not going to do that right now.
Bruce Lee's worth $6.
He's not even really worth it anyways. Like, his character, other than the fact that he, like, makes his Bruce Lee sounds, he's actually kind of a weak character in the game. I don't know.
Huh.
Not worth $5.
Yeah.
I played with him. He's overrated. You can buy a Hoist Gracie for welterweight for $2, so
That's nice.
thought about doing that.
Why is Hoist Gracie only $2? And fucking... What's up with that?
And the fucking weak-ass Bruce Lee is $6.
Yeah, and a weak-ass Bruce Lee is $6, but fucking... That's gay. Well,
It's pretty weak.
that is weak. I'll give it a shot, though. That'll be cool.
Yeah, you got to be strategic in this game. Like, you actually have to think like you're fighting. It's weird. It's like you have to parry, like, whenever a guy throws a strike, you have to think the parry and counter. It's like you can knock somebody out one punch if you do the right parry and counter, right? That's why I say it's kind of like EA MMA. For the few times I played that game, it's kind of what the speed and the pace of the game feel more like that. It's a little slower.
Huh.
Like, it's really hard to explain. But
How many, yeah, dude. So you said in like an hour?
I'm hoping it's only going to be an hour.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know. If it seems like it's gonna be longer, just come on by, though. Because I still got the old one.
I think I may actually have most of the game downloaded. I downloaded the demo, and I think the demo actually installs, like, maybe the whole game, but only lets you use certain things in the game. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So it's got 45 minutes left on the game, though, so I should be good soon.
All right, dude. We'll see you.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
Special guest Chris Julius.
Chris Julius with the EA. What the fuck was it? UFC? What the hell was he talking about?
It's the new UFC game. It's not an EA game.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
giving it the plug.
Yeah, totally. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Julius with the video game review.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
Completely shot down my idea that Bruce Lee would be worth it for $6.
Yeah, you said Bruce Lee's worth $6, and then Chris immediately fires back with, he's actually not.
I don't even think he heard me. I don't think that was a response to me. He was just continuing on with his thing.
It was just one of those things. But that was fantastic filler. Woo! Yeah. That's a load off. We're already at we're almost 11 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Remember, I got all upset when I heard the phone ring too, and that was just like. Phew.
But see, like I never get upset when something like that happens because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like right there. Like, he was telling the story about, like, his last customer of the night, and I was really hoping he'd say something, like, racist or sexist.
Oh, I know.
Like, that would have been...
He said their link card got denied. I was so waiting. I was like, please, give me something juicy. He didn't know.
No.
Damn, that could have been our big scoop.
Chris used to be a punk rocker, dude. Now he's all politically correct.
I know.
What's up with that?
Even, like, candidly, man-to-man, he's still all politically correct. You know?
Like, he probably blushed when you said that was gay.
I make all you boys blush when I just mention that word. You guys just love it.
What do you mean?
Because you guys are gay.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of make you shy when I say gay because all of my friends are gay.
Dude, I don't know. I've been pretty gay tonight. Like, I asked you to dock my penis just because I wanted to see what it was like.
Well, we hadn't said anything in like 10 minutes. I think you were just trying to get dialogue going in any way. I don't think you really wanted to dock my penis, did you?
I don't know, maybe.
Really?
You also have to keep in mind that I don't have a very big penis. Like, you explained to me why you weren't into it.
Are we gonna have to explain that now?
I'll explain it. Yeah, like you said, it probably wouldn't be very comfortable for you. But I have a pretty small penis.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, it wouldn't be a lot of stretching for you. So, like, if you wanted to do it, or, you know, at least try.
I mean, maybe for episode 10, not now.
What episode? This is episode 9, right?
I think.
Yeah, we'll save that for the 10th.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, you know, tune in whenever we get the 10th episode out there. I'm going to put my penis head in Drew's foreskin. And we'll just see how that goes.
It's called docking.
It's called docking, if you're not familiar with the term. That's what it means.
Yeah. It's in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, you can Google it, or like go to, I don't know, just like go on Grindr and start asking people what it means.
What the hell's Grindr?
It's like a dating website.
How come everything has an ER on it now?
What do you mean?
Tumblr, Twitter, Grindr, like everything's Why
I don't know if everything's Facebook isn't Like, Google's not
What are some other things that aren't
Bing isn't
Yeah.
Reddit isn't
Yeah.
There goes that theory, too.
Yeah, well. It started really strong, didn't it? Yeah. It sounded like I was on to something.
You were really convinced that the Earth thing was going to go over. And I was just like, no. Those three things are really the only things.
But still, I strung them together well.
Yeah, you did. It was well said. I just knew it was bullshit.
Like, if it was like a commercial spot and nobody else got to speak in the commercial except for me and that's all I said, commercial over, people would be in the streets next to it going, everything's fucking these days. You know?
That's true.
But since you were here, I couldn't get over it.
No.
You got over it.
Yeah. I gave, like, the people who are going to turn this podcast off, like, you know, after you said, you know, everything ends with Like, the people who kept listening now have a rebuttal for that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like the people who turned it off are going to be like, everything ends with her. And, like, the smarter listeners will be like, no, sir, you're wrong.
Bobby clearly
stated 1,003 other things that did
aren't
not.
ers.
Yeah. Internet things that aren't
That's funny. That's good. I like the bit. That was funny.
You like that?
That was good. Yeah, we're not doing bad. What all we talk about? We talked about a DJ.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that we covered because then Chris.
Yeah, Chris
right
called.
after
No, we talked about it. Oh yeah, we almost did a rerun.
that. We did almost do a rerun.
Yeah, we started a show with the exact same conversation as the last show.
Yeah.
See, Dave Glover's never done that. That's why I like Dave Glover.
I don't know. I don't listen to Dave Glover as much as I used to.
I don't think anybody our age listens to Dave Glover but me.
Dude, I was listening to Dave Glover when I was like in grade school and high school.
Really?
Yeah, like my dad would drive us to school and Dave Glover would be on, or like I'd go to pick up my mom and I would just be on the radio, listen to some Dave Glover.
Yeah.
Dave Glover.
Did he have a better show back then, you think? Because you don't listen now, and I didn't listen then.
Well, I just don't listen to talk radio much anymore unless it's sports. Because politics kind of piss me off anymore.
Oh, God.
Like I just have very little tolerance for it.
Listen, I've gotten to the point where I can't listen to Sean Hannity's show anymore because that America documentary came out.
I haven't seen the America documentary.
Me neither, but he is just raging about it, and all he wants to talk about is fucking abortion. That's one of the few issues that really, really pisses me off in politics, because, like, a choice is better than no choice. End of discussion.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's fucking awesome if you don't want to kill kids. That's fucking awesome if you want to kill kids. It's up to you, you know? It's just, that one's really enraging to me, because it's so simple. It's so simple.
Break it down for us. What's so simple about it?
Because it's better to have a choice than to have no choice, always, everywhere in life, no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is, it's better to decide whether or not you want to do something than to not be allowed to do it.
Okay. I understand what you mean.
Yeah, totally. I mean, ugh. And plus, if we made abortion illegal, they would lose their platform because they would no longer be better than anybody else because we would all not be aborting. So, what would they do with their lives if we made abortion legal? Like, what would they use to make themselves feel better than everyone else? What would they have? Nothing.
Try to focus their energy on the gays.
I guess.
Maybe revert back to putting some heat on the blacks. There's the border issue. Republicans have a lot of things they can shit on, dude.
Yeah, well, the border thing is just, I don't know. On one hand, on the Statue of Liberty, it says, oh, bring me your poor and blah, blah, blah. I forget how she words it. She's a much better spokeswoman.
Yeah, that's a slick line and everything, but, you know, you can't run a country and have that be, 100%
No, you
true
can't.
all the
That's what
time.
I'm saying. Like, so on one hand, that's a beautiful thing that, really was like that,
Also,
but-
they're smuggling in, like, these, these gang members, too, like these midget gang members.
Midget gang members?
Yeah, because, like, all these kids are coming over the border, and they have all these gang members that look like children. They're smuggling them across, too. Like, it's not just, innocent children.
It's just like, I guess the reason I don't care at all about the border or anything is because it's like every other issue. It's something really easy to fix. But there is just, it's like, the abortion thing, it's really easy to put to rest, it's really easy to fix. But then what are you going to fill your TV time with?
Yeah.
So the border has to be half open. You know what I mean? Like a fucking incomplete shitbag wall. It has to have that, just to be sustainable.
So you think that's why, like, a lot of these socio-political...
they never go away, Bob.
They're never going to go away?
They
because
never
then
do.
wouldn't have anything to talk about?
They never have. They've been bitching about the same shit since I was a kid. Then you watch a fucking Jimmy Carter speech. He's talking about the exact same thing they were talking about just like 3 or 4 years ago with all the going green stuff. Then you go even farther back and you're watching JFK speeches and you're like, oh my god, you could have fucking taped this yesterday. It just keeps going back and back, dude.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Pretty much since Woodrow Wilson gave power to the banks, it's been that way. And it's, they don't go, none of these issues go away because they're just they never will. What would you run on if you solved all the problems? Like, people aren't smart enough to actually listen to what another person has to say.
But don't you think we should be striving for that? Like, having everybody smart enough to elect a leader that can keep the peace rather than, have to enforce peace?
I mean, of course, like, we should be striving for that, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
No.
Like,
not with all the distractions. But
people just don't care.
what do you care, listeners? Like, seriously. Like,
You guys won't even listen to our show. You're not going to fucking give a shit about any of that.
Like, the 15 people who listen to this show and the 3 who are still listening, please email us. Give us your thoughts on this subject.
Yeah, meet us at the docks for a meeting.
There's no is there docks in Collinsville?
Well, yeah, we're on the river, pretty much.
We're
Kinda.
not on the river.
Dude.
East
Okay.
St. Louis is on the river.
Dude, if you could shoot a gun from here and hit the fucking river. I mean, the river's pretty close.
It's pretty close, but like, there's no docks here. Like, I'm not driving.
Why would you organize a meeting at the docks, like down the street from your house? The whole point of going to the docks is to be off the radar. So you can bring down the fucking government and line them all up in the front yard and just kill them all in the news and say, here's the way it's gonna be! Like, that's what we're gonna talk about at the docks.
Why does it have to be at the docks? Why can't it be like in a warehouse or like on a riverboat?
It's just like, meet me at the docks. It's just a thing. It's a motif.
Is it?
People are always meeting each other at the docks. Like,
who?
Batman shit was always going down at the fucking docks. Fucking, just all those fucking old noir movies. It was always showdowns at the docks, foggy fucking waters. Like, it's all about the docks, dude. Trench coats, docks. I'm telling you.
Don't you want to mix it up though? Like,
I think that if you're planning an overthrow of a totalitarian government, you've got to stick to what works, what people are familiar with, because you're about to change everything they're familiar with.
yeah, but that only works in the movies. Like, how many people met at docks to discuss actual uprisings?
Well, then there's no reason to shake it up, because now your argument is that it never happens. So we should be the first to make it happen.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of cliche? Like, it's
Not if it's not the norm. It's cliche if everyone does it.
But it's the norm in pop culture. Like,
in fiction.
Yeah, in fiction, like, everybody's meeting at the docks. Don't you want to?
Yeah, but in fiction, governments go down all the time in fiction, dude. Like one guy in a mask totally saved Europe or whatever in that V movie.
Yeah, but they were meeting at the docks.
No, they weren't. He kind of had a place though that was kind of.
It was
on the
like
docks.
underground though.
It was kind of on the docks. His place. It was kind of on the docks.
I
You know it was.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
It was on some water. I'm sure he had a dock. That dude, I'm sure he had a dock.
That guy was like a religious fanatic.
Who?
Guy Fawkes.
The one from the movie or the one from real life?
The one from real life.
Well, yeah, he's a dick in real life. I don't even know why they chose him. Like, see, if I made that movie, he would have been wearing a Kennedy mask. And he'd have been like, blah, like talking like Kennedy.
In Great Britain?
Well, I would have, yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know.
We'd have to think about this.
We'll have to meet on this at the docks.
Yeah, we'll go to the docks and discuss rewrites. Instead of, we need to start small. I feel like our terrorist organization needs to start small. Before we go overthrowing governments, we need to rewrite that movie. Plus, that's in our wheelhouse, man. Like we don't have any experience with
Yeah.
with overthrowing governments. We just have experience talking shit and writing it down. So
Yeah. Like, the only thing I have experience with is talking shit about things after they were done without my help.
yeah.
And
I'm
yeah,
right there with you.
it's not a very good leadership quality. Those aren't leader traits, Bob.
Should we join the military?
I think the window's closed on that.
I don't know.
I've been arrested for drugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you're not a felon.
I mean, that was a license plate issue. I got arrested for.
License plate, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, those stickers, they come off sometimes.
they fall right off, and you get fingerprinted and handcuffed in front of your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been handcuffed in front of your mom.
That's a fucking lie.
But
you
I
know you have.
But I can imagine it's a harrowing experience. Like not by police.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
You know you have, though.
Yeah, but she's a freak.
She's creative.
Yeah.
Gotta give her that. Holy crap. Where are we? 2608. How about that?
Quit looking at the time, dude. Let's keep it casual. Let's keep it loose.
What are you talking about? Like, that was a... Okay, you're attacking me here right now, and I'm going to totally put you on blast for it, because there was a silence. I didn't hear you say jack shit. I looked at the time and decided to mention it, because I think it's fun. It's like a countdown. It's like New Year's.
Man, like what's wrong with a little silence?
It's a show. They
Yeah.
wanted silence. Okay, well,
Okay, I'm gonna throw this at you right quick. Okay,
All right.
Mark Maron, who has one of the most popular podcasts in the nation, actually says, a little silence, a little dead air, is a good thing. It gives you time to regather your thoughts. It makes you more comfortable. Like you and I, like we hang out and we're not sitting here like firing off zingers left and right. It's a casual conversation and good things come out of it. And that's kind of why we do this, though, is because like we think that we have good ideas, and if we're not comfortable, like in the setting, it's not going to come as naturally to us. It's going to feel forced. That's why I think maybe dead space is a good thing sometimes, and I was fine with that dead space, and that's why it kind of upset me that you were looking at the time.
You're right. That's really relaxing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just makes you, just chills everything out a little bit.
Okay. Get ready, because we're going to give them a minute of dead air. You ready?
A minute of dead air? I don't know about a minute.
Go.
All right, 1 minute.
There we go.
How do you feel?
I feel like a heel.
Yeah?
I feel like that was mean to do to them, but they don't listen anyway.
Yeah, no one's listening at this point.
Yeah.
But this is just for us at this point.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is a jerk off fest.
Let's talk about, you want to talk about religion? Like, I don't think we've ever talked about that here. Like, what are your thoughts on God? Is there a God?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if there's like a boss man. Like, God to me seems like the guy in charge. I don't think it's that simple. Like, everything here is that simple.
Mhm.
To where it's like, who's in charge of this? surely one man makes decisions. Like, it's all that simple on this planet, in this realm, this dimension, but
Did you grow up with a religion? Were you...
No. My mom was, she was pretty cool about that. She, never forced any of that on me or my brother. We never attended church, not once, as children. And, I don't know, from a young age, she kind of went like, ugh, religious nutters. And, she had that kind of an attitude about them and spoke like that around me when I was a young age. So I kind of never got forced into it. So whenever I finally got around to hearing about, whenever I got old enough to hear about what all these fucking kids were, what they were going through and what their parents were making them go do, I was just like, I was twice as baffled.
Yeah, like me, I was forced to do all that.
Yeah.
My mom, she's from the Philippines, born and raised she didn't come to the United States until she was in her late 20s. And she grew up Catholic, and she's, hardcore Catholic. Like have you ever seen, some of the shit that the Catholics do in the Philippines? Like, they actually, have you ever heard of the Stations of the Cross? Well, before Easter, at Masses, they'll do the Stations of the Cross, and it's going step by step through the suffering and crucifixion of Jesus. And, there's these different stations that tell the story of the crucifixion. And in the Philippines, they do it, and they do it for real. They actually put a motherfucker on a cross. They actually nail him to a cross. They're all volunteers. They're not forcing these people to do it. Their faith, their faith is so strong that they'll volunteer to do it. Go through that. They whip them, and then they'll carry the cross through the street while people yell at them, and then they'll have people nail them, hang them up for any certain amount of period of time, and then they'll take them down. Catholicism is big in the Philippines, dude. They're devoted. And my mom is from the Philippines, and she's Catholic. She wanted us to be Catholic. And my dad, he's not Catholic. He was never baptized or anything. But he's Christian. And my grandmother was a Southern Baptist. So, religion was real big in my family.
Wow.
And I was baptized, and I was sent to Catholic school from kindergarten until 8th grade. So 9 years of Catholic school, and going to church, having a full mass every other day of the week, except on weekends. And then on weekends we'd go to church. So yeah, a lot of church, for me.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of church. and then going through school, it was I wanted real bad to believe. You know what I mean? I wanted real bad to
Well, it's funny you word it that way. George Carlin, who was raised Catholic and forced to go to Catholic schools, he words it the exact same way. He says, I wanted to believe when I was doing that. I wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that you would... It's pretty cool.
That was a really big thing for me, and it was the cause of a lot of stress and anxiety, because I didn't believe anything.
Did you ever believe it at first and then reach a point in which you realized that it was all baloney?
Yeah, of course. When you're a kid...
Well, let me ask, when was that... Can you pinpoint at all that time in which you realized it was...
I can't really pinpoint an exact moment. It was just kind of, as I got older, I just realized that more and more was bullshit. You know what I mean?
So, as you got common sense about things, and understood stuff like science and physics, you were like, "There's no fucking way this guy lived in a whale."
I'm still, exactly. I'm like, there's something amiss here, and I wanted so badly to believe in everything that they were trying to teach me.
I mean, this sounds crazy, but I still wish I could believe it.
Yeah,
to this day, And
I felt so bad that I didn't. It was a real big weight, like, like thinking like now I talk to my friends that I went to school with, and they're like, well, you know, they were going through the same thing, but like at the time, nobody wanted to say that they didn't believe it. So like I felt like I was all alone in this. Like I was the only one in my school who
Right.
wasn't buying into all this bullshit.
And if they see people picking on you for speaking out about that, it's going to make them twice as scared too. And
Yeah, and then they themselves will join in, and like we would get in trouble if we would you know, question anything that was going on. Really, like nobody really spoke out, but like whenever someone would ask questions and start like confronting like what's going on, we would just be given you know, these bullshit answers and you know, circular logic type things, and then like if nobody really pressed the, I don't really recall anybody pressing the issue, but I imagine like if anybody did, they'd at least get like a timeout or something, you know what I mean? And because it's just the way it worked at my school. Like it was pretty strict. We had two nuns. One nun was the principal, and then the other nun was the first grade teacher. And they were insane. Like our dress code and everything was insane. Like our shirts had to be tucked in. We had to have the right kind of belt. I remember there was a big deal with our socks. Like I think like around 7th or 8th grade was when, like, you know, the athletic socks that didn't come above
the ankle socks.
They didn't come above the ankles, so you know, bare ankles were showing, and we couldn't have that. So kids would be getting sent home to change their socks if they come to school with those kinds of socks on. And you know, it's just absurd, you know. Thinking about that now, like,
yeah, I can imagine. Because that's something that you like did obediently.
Yeah, and then like in protest, a group of boys, like they you know, we all thought it was bullshit, but like they all started wearing knee socks, and you know, with their shorts, you know, with their uniforms, so like they'd have their knee socks all the way up, and they did that in protest of the no ankle socks thing, and they'd get in trouble. They'd get sent home. So. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. Like, nobody hit us or anything.
Yeah, but still, they don't have to once they've gotten to that kind of a level of fucking control. They don't, like, what do they need to hit you for?
Yeah, like,
if you dress and talk and think exactly how they want you to, why would they want to?
But yeah, that was like the focal point of a lot of my depression. Was just not wanting to believe and not being able to believe. Like, I remember going through confirmation, and that's, I don't know if you're familiar with Catholic confirmation.
Is that similar to confession?
No, confession is when you atone for your sins. You confess your sins.
So what's confirmation?
Confirmation is when you accept the Holy Spirit. Like, there's a Trinity. There's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is... it's kind of mysterious. Like, it's, you know, the Catholics believe in the Trinity, and, like, you know, God the Father, Jesus the Son, you know, they're on the same level. And on that same level as them is the Holy Spirit, but it's never really, like, gone into detail what the Holy Spirit is. And, like, that's always been a confusing thing for me, but like, confirmation is when you accept the Holy Spirit into yourself. And like, I remember sitting in church, and like, you're supposed to get this feeling like of something like entering you, you know, and I just, you know, it didn't happen.
Well, that's the kind of thing where, you know,
like, I was excited for confirmation. I was like, okay.
That's like haunted house shit, though. It's like, I'm so scared. Are you? Wait, now that you said that, I do feel a little scared, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you feel him, don't you? I feel him.
I didn't feel him. Yeah. I didn't feel the Holy Spirit.
Well, you were honest.
Like, I was...
And you weren't impressionable.
I wanted to be. Like, dude, I wanted so bad. Like, I was excited for confirmation, because I was like, all this shit that I don't believe, once I get that Holy Spirit, dude, once I accept that into my life, all this shit's going to become clear. And it just didn't happen for me.
Wow. So you were let down.
I was really let down, and like I even tried for a little bit in high school too. Like I went to CHS, which is
Yeah, that's where we met.
that's where we met.
And so hi, baby, K-Hawks.
And it was my first taste of public school ever, and like I still tried.
Boy, it makes a lot of sense. That was your first taste of public school because you loved it.
You think?
You hammed it up.
I did.
It was a fucking.
I went.
Like, it wasn't the Bobby Rolls hour special. It was the Bobby Rolls, 6 hours and a lunch special. That was every day of your life.
Yeah.
I don't mean to derail what you were saying, but you were trying in high school?
Yeah,
You just got into public school.
I just got into public school, and I was still trying to hold on to that lie of faith, Like, I was still trying to grasp...
Were you open about this with people?
No.
Really?
Like, I was open about, my beliefs, or what, quote-unquote beliefs. Like, I even went and, you remember, the tree by that, empty sort of field where the kids would all sit in a circle and pray every morning?
Yes.
Like, I'd participate in that every now and then. Like, I wasn't there every day, but every now and then I'd, creep in when no one was looking so that I wouldn't be ridiculed. but I went there, and I gave it a shot.
See, that's Catholic school versus public school, really.
Yeah.
It's like you're ridiculed if you don't believe it, but in a public school, if you believe it, you're going to get some shit.
Yeah.
That's just funny, the 180 there.
Yeah, it was...
It's probably a real mind fuck.
It was. But yeah, I mean, that's... And then, later on, I just started letting go, I just realized that it wasn't worth it to keep beating myself up for not believing in any of this. And, even today, I don't believe in God per se, but, I still... I still speak in terms of, there's a heaven and there's a hell. And, you know what I mean? Did you ever get that when you and I were talking?
Of course, yeah.
Because, I'll be talking to you, and it's dude, when I get to heaven,
Yeah.
I still talk like that.
It's funny, though, to talk like that, too.
It is funny, I guess, but...
Religion's, really good for material. It's really good for point of reference and material.
Yeah.
All those things, It's the blank from hell. It's if there wasn't... Just a... nobody has to believe in hell to understand what you're saying when you say, oh my God, that was the plane ride from hell.
Yeah, but hell, I feel kind of transcends religion a little bit. There's always...
Well, there's people that are I don't believe in religion, but I believe in hell.
I don't even mean like that.
And I believe in Satan, and they're playing metal bands and shit.
Yeah.
So I can see what you're saying. Hell's kind of become bigger.
Yeah, hell's definitely become, But I mean, even before, but heaven. That's a purely, Christian thing,
Yeah.
And I still speak in terms of heaven, and I still like to think about it too, what heaven would be like. Even though I don't believe that it would exist necessarily. I'm always trying to piece together from different spiritual sort of, what do you call it?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
From other spiritual ideologies, what?
Oh, so you're taking a little from everything, trying to make a new puzzle out of it.
Yeah, trying to try and figure out what happens when you die.
Yeah.
Because what happens nobody knows. That's the only thing that we can we don't ever know. No one has ever gone there and come back and told a consistent story about it. You know what I mean?
It's true. Well, actually, a lot of people have died and come back, and the DMT thing is big. The DMT world, place, land.
Yeah, we've discussed. I've mentioned DMT world, and that's where you think you go.
Yeah, that's where I believe you go for sure. At least for a little while until you're completely dead.
Yeah, but then what happens after that?
Exactly. But at least for a little while, that's where you go. When you're dead, that's where you go.
But do you perceive that as an eternity?
See, I don't know. The mind is.
And there's still
Mine's wild. I'll put it this way, though. After doing that and coming back, I felt a lot better about dying. Like, I feel really good about it, to be honest with you.
and then from
Not looking forward to it, but at the same time, it's... same time I do, kind of.
Yeah.
Because that place was really cool.
And then, like, not just from, I wonder about, like, what happens to your energy? Like, energy and matter.
Well, then you get into, like, dimensions and,
I don't
like the slow vibration, all matter condensed is related to. You get into all that.
Like, from a physics standpoint, like, energy isn't destroyed,
Well, from a physics standpoint, they don't know a lot of shit.
Well, yeah, but, like...
you know what I mean?
But, like, there is shit that they do know, and like, they can't figure out, like what happens to our energy. Like, our energy gets recycled, but, like, where does our consciousness go, and is our consciousness tied into our energy? Like this is all just, like, I still, like, try and...
It's all very up in the air, yeah. And, it's insane when you think about it, that nobody knows and we just walk around.
Yeah.
It's insane.
We just walk around like it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, Norm Macdonald's got a line where he goes, sometimes I think, I'm not dying. You guys ever think like that? You just go, fuck it. I'm not going to die. And it's like, I feel like that a lot.
Yeah.
There's times where I'm just like, who dies? What kind of a pussy dies?
I say that at least once a month. I'm just like, I'm not dying.
Man, you know what I used to tell people? I used to say, I'm immortal. Because if I could have died, it would have happened by now. Since I'm still alive, I'm still immortal. When I die, I will no longer be immortal. I used to tell people that in high school. When I was a real arrogant Jim Morrison wannabe sumbitch.
Yeah. The Drew Show. The Drew Doherty Show.
Yeah.
What's your excuse for your behavior in high school?
My excuse?
Yeah, like, we pretty much broke it down for, like, why I was hamming it up.
Well, I don't know, because it's hard. It's real personal. It's hard, but I'll try. It's,
like, we don't have to get too heavy. But...
Yeah, but I mean, it's personal, but it's kind of hard, too. But there was a lot of things in high school that I went to very extreme measures to confront. Like, like if I wasn't getting attention or, like, respect, if I did something and it wasn't funny, I always really liked making people laugh. And in high school, the line in between just got completely obliterated between laughing with or at me.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that was my excuse. I just...
a lot of that is true for me, too.
Yeah, I just couldn't live without that attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just, and at that time, either I didn't get it or I didn't care. But at that time, just eyes on me is all I wanted. I didn't care why.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't bother me. So, I don't know. I don't know what my excuse is psychologically for that. I mean, I come from a household, though, to where pretty much everybody's a fucking comedian in my house. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, my brother is fucking funny, and he'll just walk into a room with a rant, and it's like a perfect 2-minute set, and he just leaves the room. My dad's the exact same way. Like, when my dad gets upset and starts ranting,
yeah,
he sounds like a fucking comic. He doesn't sound like a dad. He sounds like a comic.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, especially, is just, she will just fly off the hinges about things. And it's like, you listen to the whole thing, and it's like, there's a lot of fucks in there, Mom, but... It's really, really creative how you strung all those words together like that so quickly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like all of us should have tried it. You know what I mean? My dad especially, when my mom and dad first got married, my mom always told my dad that you should just go and try to be a comedian. She used to tell him that.
Yeah.
Because my dad's thing was, he kind of did like a Weird Al thing, like his own way. He would just hear a song and start like rewriting it in his head and just walk around singing his own version, but in the same timing and tempo and key and everything.
My dad would do that too.
Like
he'd just make up silly words to go with the song.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, my dad was a ham back in the day. He's chilled out a lot now.
I wish my dad would chill the fuck out. My dad still tries to ham it up, dude. And it's the same jokes that I've been hearing since the day I was born.
That's so cool, though.
No, it's not. Try living with it for 26 years.
I know, but that's still cool. Like my dad used to do like goofy ass dance. You know, I was just my dad did this. It was called the steamroller.
Mm-hmm.
And I had there was an ex-girlfriend, and I used to do the steamroller to her, and she was just like you're so fucking goofy. Like, where does that come from? And I don't know if I ever told her it was from my dad or not, but
what's the steamroller?
it's hilarious. Okay, like whenever we were kids, because you know, like whenever you're all little kids, like Saturday morning, your parents don't have to go to work, so you like wake up real early, and then you like go into their bed and snuggle up. Like as children.
I never did that.
You never snuggled with your parents when you were a little boy?
No. Like, I mean, I'm sure I did, but I don't, like, have memories of, like, getting up just to go...
Well,
snuggle
hey,
with
my neighbor
parents.
just turned on loud music. That means she's getting railed.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like, my parents didn't sleep in the same bed.
What?
Yeah, my parents, my dad had his own bed. My dad had his own room. Like, my dad, like, they just slept separately. Like,
That's odd.
Like, they were always, pretty affectionate with each other, but they just didn't sleep in the same bed.
Maybe they just like their fucking feet space. I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, my dad said my mom kicks in her sleep, and he snores, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, they just can't sleep in the same bed.
That'd be awesome, though, to have, like, a great marriage, but you don't have to, you don't have to sleep with them.
Yeah.
You know? Can if you want to.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, dude.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like, I'm all for, like, fucking and cuddling, but, like, when it's time to sleep, like, get on your side. Like, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I also like to be
Well,
cuddled.
I also, I don't like... I never liked cuddling and falling asleep that way. I do it because, you know, like, they like it. So I do that. But I hate it because I know I snore. And in my head, I have this, like, awful fantasy that there's this woman, like scratching and clawing, trying to get out of my bed, but I'm just collapsed in sleep with my arms, like, around her. Just fucking snoring, and she's just, like, in this fucking, you know, Chinese water torture kind of scenario. Just like, ah! You know? That's like what I picture happening every time. So.
I was always really self-conscious about my drooling, because every now and then, like, I'll drool. Like, I don't do it all the time, but when I do it a lot.
Really?
Like, it's a lot of drool. Like, that's always something, like, when I'd be cut.
Why the fuck do we say all this embarrassing shit on our show?
Why not?
You know, like, we're so embarrassed by it, though. Like, I can just tell by looking you in the eye as you said the drooling bit. Like, you're embarrassed to drool.
Yeah, I mean, it's an embarrassing thing, but, like, because it's a loss of control, you know?
That's, I guess, yeah. Yeah, you open shut case right there.
Like anything that's embarrassing is just because you lose control. Like,
I'll give you that, yeah.
Like falling down the stairs.
Never heard it put that simple, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's totally it.
But, where was I going with that?
I don't know, but I never got to explain the steamroller.
That's true.
Steamroller.
Let's
you missed out as a kid because you didn't get to, like, cuddle with your parents on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Like, the cat comes up in bed, too, and you all laugh and fuck with the cat. All that shit. Just good times, good memories I have of that. But it'd be me and my brother and my dad. And my dad would be like, uh-oh. And we'd be like, what? And he'd be like, and he would go, steam steamroller.
Okay, I'm just gonna interrupt you.
And
quick.
he would, no, he wouldn't, no, he's not banging us, okay?
No, I'm not.
I thought you were going to go there.
Is he farting under the covers and like trapping you under him?
No.
Okay.
No. He would, okay, it's harder to explain, I thought. He would literally, like, three of us would be laying there, he's on one end, and he would just start rolling. And he would do
he would roll over you guys.
Yeah, he would do it gently. He wouldn't, like plow over us, but he would just, like, slowly roll over us, and there'd be, like, a split second in which you're completely under your dad, and you're like, oh, because he's heavy.
Yeah.
And he would do it all the way to one side and then stop, and we'd all be giggling, little kids, and then he would go, and we'd go, I'm gonna do it again, and then he would fucking steamroller, and fucking he'd come back the other way and end up where he originally started.
That's adorable.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he would do that all the fucking time. And I've done that to an ex-girlfriend. I used to do that all the time. And she never, I don't know if I ever told her that, hey, yeah, that's my dad's bit, the steamroller bit. You know, I don't know if I ever told her.
Stealing your dad's material.
Totally.
And using it to get a girl. Did she like it?
I mean, I did. It's one of those things that everybody hates it when you do the steamroller, but as soon as that person, like, dies, it's like one of the first things you think about. Like, oh, man, remember the steamroller? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, the steamroller, like, there's nothing more annoying than the steamroller until you're never going to get another steamroller.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like belly raspberries.
Yeah, totally. I'll give you that. Or being tickled.
I'm not ticklish, really.
Really?
Like, I'll feel a tickle, but I won't, like, lose my shit about it, because I can pinpoint exactly, like, when I stopped doing that. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and my uncle and aunt and, like, you know, my cousins lived next door to me. So I'd always be over there, you know, hanging out over there. And my cousin Dinah, her ex-boyfriend, her baby daddy, would always be over there. And one day he just started tickling me, and like I was losing control and I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to die. So like from that point on, like I just never showed any emotion when I was being tickled.
Really?
Like even if I felt ticklish, you know, like I would always keep my cool and just never show any emotion, never show that it was bothering me. Because my ex-girlfriend would do that. She'd try to tickle me. Because I'd do it to her. I'd tickle her all the fucking time, and she'd lose her shit. Like I never took it to the point where like she was, you know, about to, you know, die from not being able to breathe. But
is there anything more hilarious though than whenever you're being tickled and you can't breathe? Is there anything more hilarious than that?
It's hilarious to watch it happen to someone else.
Like it is scary to be that person, but like worst case scenario, you die laughing. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but like have you ever been like pushed to the point where like you think you're going to die?
Yeah. Like you haven't taken a breath in like 40 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. I want to kick the person doing it in the face. I wanted to kick him in the face, but I was a small child.
Yeah.
And like there was nothing I could do.
You didn't cry afterwards, did you?
I don't remember if I cried.
I hope not. Because if you did, you made him feel really bad, and he was just having fun.
He should have felt really bad. He was a douchebag anyway. Dude, he was the definition of a shitheel.
Really?
Like he would fight dogs, and he sold weed, and like he was just a shitbag.
What do you mean he fought dogs?
Like he would like buy pit bulls and Rottweilers, and he would take them to fights.
Oh,
you got to remember, I grew up in like Washington Park.
Okay,
so this was the fucking ghetto.
I thought you meant like he personally would fight dogs.
No, he wouldn't like. No, he
like
was
if he's walking down the street and sees a dog, he just goes after it and starts beating its ass.
No, he was too much of a coward to do that. But he would train his dogs to fight other dogs.
How do you train a dog to fight dogs?
I don't know. I was never really interested in that aspect of his life.
I mean, like dogs are
him.
so friendly. It's got to be a full-time job.
Yeah, it was like he would always be like in the backyard, like getting his dog to like Like he would train his dogs to like jump up and like grab tree branches with their mouths and like hang on. Like it was ridiculous. Like the type of shit like these dogs could do. Like when he told them to, attack. It was ridiculous. It was cruel, and like even at a young age, I could see that it was
Not right.
It wasn't right. So I just stayed away from him. I could tell that he was a dirtbag. I just didn't want anything to do with him. And he had the dumbest tattoos. But I mean, I guess it was the '90s, and he's white trash. In an all-black neighborhood, you're bound to have some shitty tattoos. But
What do you mean, like gang tattoos and shit?
no, they weren't even gang tattoos. They were just like pot leaves and like he had an eye, and they were all like poorly done in like his friend's basement.
Yeah. I tell you, tattoos can be either the most attractive or unattractive thing about a human being.
Yeah,
Have you never noticed that? Because it's like a good tattoo on like in a good spot on a good looking person. It's just like, wow, that's a beautiful thing. But like a bad tattoo in a bad spot on a not so good looking person,
yeah,
that's a fine line to walk between like tattoos with class and tattoos that just are just revolting.
yeah. I mean, I don't really care for tattoos that much.
Well,
like I'm not like when I'm looking for a mate, tattoos are neither a turn on or a turn off. They can be a turn off, but they're rarely ever a turn on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know. I don't care. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
Yeah, like I would much prefer like a girl to like not have any tattoos and just like.
Mm-hmm.
But like if she has tattoos, it won't be a major turn off unless they're like super super dumb.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what I hate is when they get words, and they can't just get a word, but they have to get it in like that ghetto horror fucking font.
Yeah.
And it's like that fancy slanted cursive ghetto horror font.
Yeah.
And everybody knows all 15 of you, all fucking 5 of you watching or listening. You all know what I'm talking about when I say, like, ghetto whore font. That slanted cursive. Yeah. Ugh. And then it's like, they can't just, like, get that. They usually get it, like, right across their fucking tits.
Yeah.
And it says something like, beautiful, princess.
I was watching porn the other day, and there was a cam girl, like, those cam websites?
Mm-hmm.
And, because, I'm mostly into amateurs. I don't really like the professional stuff. But anyway, there was this girl, and she was a beautiful girl. Well-proportioned, and, she was like an alt girl. But she had tattoos on her areolas of, like, hearts. Beautiful, beautiful woman. I couldn't jerk off to her because she had areola tattoos. Like, it was just like a...
What do you mean, on her nipples?
On her nipples, yeah.
Like her nipples were hearts.
Yeah, like heart.
So she had gotten tattoos on her nipples that just covered the whole nipple, and it was a heart.
No, like they weren't like filled in. They were like
around.
Yeah, around like her nipple.
Ugh.
It was horrible. Like why?
Fucking horrific. Why?
Why would you ruin a perfect? She had really great tits, dude. And really, like, nice nipples, Like, I don't know, man. Like, these were some great tits if they weren't fucked up by somebody drawing on them.
Some people just want to see the world burn, Bobby.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Is.
I don't get it.
That's all it is. That's awful.
It is awful.
See, I don't know.
But then again, there's a girl that I really enjoy watching, and she has tattoos. But they're all placed strategically to where, like...
Which one is she?
I think her name is Jolene Brody.
Oh, I don't know her. Wait, is she the one that shaves, like, the side of her head and has that real punky haircut?
No, she's not. She's not, like, a real well-known
porn
star. She got her start, like, doing those like My Free Cams and like
Okay.
like stuff like that. Like that's where she got her start, and now she has her own website. And like she's gorgeous. I have a thing for redheads too, so like she's a
Yeah. Well, there's a. I wish I knew her name, but she's really popular and really big, and she's in like every other video it seems on the sites I go to, and she's got her head shaved completely bald on the sides. She's got her hair real long on top, but she styles it in this weird like choppy punk rock Japanese looking.
Mhm.
You know what I mean when I say that?
I think I know who you're.
And she's just covered in tattoos, like fucking just smothered in tattoos.
Does she have fake boobs too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
She's really, really popular. Like, I guess a lot of dudes are jerking off to her.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. There's something about looking that odd that just, there's like a level of confidence that comes with it that's kind of sexy, but I don't know. Ugh, for Christ's sake, people.
I don't know. I just kind of glaze over girls like that. Like the fake tits thing too is really off-putting for me. Like there's very few cases where I'll be like, she has fake boobs, but I'll still jerk off to her.
Sorry. I had to shut that person up. People, I'm not even going to go into who that was, but if you're the kind of motherfucker that texts me in the middle of a podcast, I don't like you. What were we just talking about?
Porn actresses.
Okay. Yeah, the one with the fucking shaved head. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling you that fake breasts are a real turn-off for me. Like, I'll rarely ever jerk off to a girl who has fake boobs.
I don't look that deep into it. Like, if they're well done fake boobs, that's awesome. If they're...
They gotta be real fucking well done for me to get a boner looking at them. Like, there's one, maybe two girls.
I just don't care that much. Like if a girl is just like really, really good looking and she's got big boobs and they're fake, it's like, who the fuck am I to act like that's a flaw? You know what I'm saying?
But this is your fantasy. This isn't real life.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose.
Like, if you're going to...
But I can go weird and specific, but I can also go very general in my pornographic selections.
Yeah, see, I'm a connoisseur. I have very refined tastes. I know.
I mean, there's really specific shit that I enjoy, but at the same time, like any old broad and any old dude just having sex on film, I can watch it and be aroused. It's very rare for me to watch a porn that doesn't give me a boner. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Like, that's a rare occurrence. It's got to be a really bad porno for me to just be like, yep, doing nothing.
You see, that's weird for me because like it's the exact opposite. It's got to be just right for me to be able to, like zero in on it and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to come to.
Huh? Wow.
Like it takes me a while to narrow it down. Is that weird?
Are you serious?
I am dead serious, dude.
You make it into like this big thing?
Yeah, like I need at least like if I'm gonna jerk off, I need like at least an hour or two, at least.
Man,
just so I can find like.
It's a good thing, dude. It's a good thing you don't work because sometimes you just got to get one out before you go to work.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why like I didn't have very much success in the workforce, just because I didn't have enough time to jerk off before I went to work. And I was just miserable the entire day.
That could have been it. I'm not saying I whack it every day before I go to work. But
yeah, you do.
Some days, though, you're just like, it needs to happen or someone's going to get hurt. And that's all it is. I can't be driving like this. That's not going to work. This is a long podcast. I'm getting up to get a beer. Oh, never mind. I gotta open that whole fucking... That's gonna be low and noisy. It's gonna take forever. I'm not opening all that fucking...
Get a soda.
I don't want to get a soda. It'll make that psst sound. Like I was planning on opening the can really slow so to not make too much noise, but every option in there is too much noise now.
I'm regretting not refilling before we started.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Should we quit so we can drink stuff?
I don't know if we should quit. Maybe we should, like, pause.
Pause, you think?
Yeah,
I mean, Chris will be here somewhat soon.
that's true.
Somewhat.
Okay.
We can keep going. We're at hour 9.
Yeah.
It's a long one.
Are you satisfied with what we've done here?
Like,
there's other stuff. Like, we didn't even, like, go into, like, what's happening in the news, really.
No, people are getting blown the fuck up, but I think that we did fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather listen to that than listen to two guys talk about people getting blown up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's end it.
Want to end it?
All right. Yeah, we're going away now, so we can replenish our liquids. So,
Yeah.
adios.
Chris says bye.
No, he doesn't. He's not even here.
He would have said bye.
I guess.